This is it. Real talk and whatnot. Alrighty, here we are, episode 4, and my guest today is a great friend of mine, Erold DealCruz.
Hello.
How's it going, sir?
Good. Let's get off work,
Yeah.
After an emotional talk.
Emotional talk with
After an internally
emotional
day.
Dude,
Yeah.
emotions are always at a high, I feel like. Especially, I don't know, everything's so weird in the world, too. Like, it just adds to, like, everything to me. Like, when you're feeling emotional and then all of America seems to hate each other. Like, I'm saying, like, that...
Oh,
that
like country?
Country, yeah. I guess not the world.
Emotional times, man.
I know. Oh, so, Erold, first time on here. What do you think of it?
It's cool, man. I've never been on a podcast. Like,
yeah, it's always...
I really don't know what to say.
Yeah, it feels like you're feeling like you have to say something, but in reality, it's just...
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation, and it's just us, and it's like, we could literally scrap the whole thing and not use it. Like, no one has to know. That's why there's, like, no pressure at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay, dude. You're not... You're like, I know you feel pressure. You feel like this...
No, I don't feel pressure. I'm just overwhelmed, man.
I know.
Like the same feeling as, when I said I was in culture shock.
Oh, yeah. Same thing.
Yeah.
This is studio shock.
Studio shock, yeah.
No, yeah. So, I'm trying to think. What were you saying about posting something on Facebook?
Oh, okay. So... Like, you know my history, like...
Yeah, or so you can even give a little bit of history, I guess, so people listening.
So I was born in the Philippines, Cebu City, like a different island from where I grew up in the Philippines. 1991, November 20th.
Mm-hmm. Old man, 1991.
Yeah. So we stayed in that city around like 2 years, 3 years. Then we moved to Queensland, Australia.
Oh, so how...
My family.
How long did you live in the Philippines? Just 2
collectively,
years?
no, multiple years.
Okay.
It's just like we moved that much.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Like, I moved to the Philippines like first 3 years of my life, to Australia. First 3 years of my life. I grew up there for a couple of years where my parents worked in a sugar. No, my parents worked in a hatchery. Mm-hmm. In this town called Clare. And, it was like a small, like, agricultural town. Like, this is, like, legit in the fucking, what's the Outback.
Uh-huh. Oh, like, way.
Straight up,
yeah.
Fucking kangaroos, koalas, like, in the forest behind your house. Like,
and you guys were living just, like, in a house out there?
Like a mobile home type of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Like a portable.
So you born in the Philippines... Raised there for 2 years.
Grew up in the Outback so I came to the Philippines in 97. So we were in Australia from since I was like age 2 to like fucking 6 years old.
Okay, yeah, so like 4 years.
Yeah, so we lived in a small town called Clare.
So your beginning childhood, basically, on Australia. And then did you move back
I could just fucking talk about everything, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, did you...
From the beginning. Do you want to...
yeah, dude, let's do it. Yeah, from the beginning.
From the fucking history of Erold DealCruz.
Yeah, history of Erold DealCruz. Dude, I mean, Duffy was asking me questions the other day about, like, didn't Erold, like, live in Australia and the Philippines or whatever? And I was like, I actually don't know, like... I knew that you moved from the Philippines to Australia, but I didn't know. So, obviously, you moved back to the Philippines after that, then?
Yeah, okay.
So, start from the beginning.
So, all right. So, we were at Clare, right?
Uh-huh.
I came there around, like, let's say 2 years old, I think that's what it was. Maybe even earlier, actually. So, that town, like, is, like, a small agricultural town, like, straight up in the Outback. Mm-hmm. Like, Queensland is, like, in the upper northeast part of the continent, you know? It's, like, I think there's pretty open plains over there. Mm-hmm. Like, you've got the Gold Coast, and we were in this my parents like ran this hatchery, like, you know, like they had eggs, like egg laying chickens, you know, took care of them.
Oh, your dad did chickens in Australia?
Yeah, that's like
okay. I didn't.
Dude, that's the specialty, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I never knew that till right now.
That's how we got our visa here in the U.S. You know. That's how, you know, I became a U.S. citizen, like eventually. But.
So they're in the hatcheries. They're working out there.
Yeah, we just fucking talk about everything. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, dude. The possibilities are endless. Like,
but it's just, I don't want to talk about myself so much.
No, dude.
I have so much to say, dude.
Dude, it's okay. These people have heard me for the past three episodes talk about nonsense. It's probably a breath of fresh air to.
And like, you know, I'll just give you my experience, my life, as
That's
like insights of the places I've been and the things I've seen and felt. Being fucking immigrant, you know. I'm just kidding.
So, growing up, you're in Australia now.
Yeah, we're in Australia. I had like around like 3 or 4. Was like when I had my earliest memories. I remember just fucking fishing out there. Like I remember I saw fucking brown snake, dude. Fucking everything can kill you there in Australia, dude. Am I moving around too much?
No, just these cords. Just try not. I know they're right there for you. I can try to. We can put them like up here around this if you want.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Not knock you over.
So you were saying, sorry, you remember fishing. It's okay. You remember fishing, going over there.
Fishing, saw a snake, big poisonous spiders. You know,
okay,
spiders.
Everything in Australia. Try to talk to this thingy. It's a microphone, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, my bad. Hello.
Yeah, see with that when you can actually hear yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so growing up in Australia, you from 2 to 6, right? Most memorable moments in Australia.
I was a little kid, so it's mainly just like playing. Oh, I fucking remember, dude. Okay, so we lived in Clare for a couple of years. I don't know how long exactly. Then my parents saved enough money to buy a house in Australia. Within this span of time, we became Australian citizens. You know, that's how I was an Australian citizen.
Yeah, you weren't
for so
a Filipino.
That's where it was established. Even though I was born in the Philippines, you know. So my parents saved enough money to move to this town called Townsville. It's close to the coast. I need to stop moving. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You hear that every time you like move a little bit?
Fidgety.
It makes that thing. You're good though. You saved enough money.
Yeah, saved enough money. We got this house in Townsville. I fucking remember one of my like earliest memories there was, like, so my parents, like, you know, like just like now, they grew a lot of plants, like vegetables. They had a vegetable garden, and they had a row of chilies, like straight up like red, like Thai, you know, Asian chili peppers. You know,
hella hot.
I have very specific memories, dude. As like a kid, I would just fucking look at plants. You know, I'd play in the dirt a lot. Then there'd be fucking plants, you know, that I remember straight up looking at it and fucking picking pieces of it off and eating it. Like
I'm
eating this fucking plant right, this fucking grass next to my sandbox, you know, like.
I mean, like, yeah.
I remember I ate the flowers of this weed, like.
See, I always assumed that like some of your traits were like based being Filipino, but however, I think like being raised in the Philippines. Yeah. However, I think maybe it's just you being you as an individual. Like I'm saying, like.
Well, no, it's that too. You know.
No, I mean, I ate crap like that when I was a kid too.
Yeah,
as I'm saying.
I feel like all kids do that, bro.
Yeah. But you said eat random different ones, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And your parents were growing chilies.
And I just fucking remember one day, like, just being out there, and I just was like, you know, they're just letting me play in the backyard. They're in the house. My bad.
Ooh.
I remember fucking just going up to one of the chili plants, dude. And I think at this point I might have like fucked around with other plants, you know. I might have like picked fruit or whatever, maybe not really gotten any consequences other than my parents telling me not to do that. And I fucking picked like I went ham on one of this chili pepper plants, dude. I remember just my dumbass I was just fucking ripping chilies off of it, you know. I don't know, maybe I was gonna give it to my parents, like, and like the plant itself, dude, like it's kind of, I think it has like the capsaicin.
I know what you're talking
whatever,
about.
You know. And maybe I was like crushing peppers while fucking grabbing at them, like. And I just remember going ham with this plant, and then just like, and when I was a kid, I ran around naked a lot. And I think actually no, I wasn't. No, I don't know. I might have been naked, but I just remember just fucking rubbing the fucking plant shit. Maybe I like tried to dust my hands off after, just fucking rubbed it. You know, rubbed it on my balls, on my dick, dude. And I rubbed it all over my fucking dick, dude. And like instantly, dude, like. within a couple seconds, I just was fucking crying. I ran to the fucking house. My parents didn't know. My parents didn't know what was
you've
wrong
never
with
told
me.
me this story, and I can't
My
even
parents
believe
tell
that.
me, the stories I can't tell. They always tell me this all the time. Maybe that's why I have this memory of it too, you know?
Yeah.
I fucking came in. I ran to the house crying, and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" You know, my eyes is like fucking tearing up, and like, you know,
you're probably rubbing your eyes with everything.
I don't know, and like, I think I was like, I remember like telling them that my balls were on fire, and I think that's like. Because your dick, like that area, you know, is sensitive.
Yeah, exactly.
And imagine, like, I'm sure it would. I'd get the same reaction if I have chili all over my junk,
yeah.
You know, like, so that's why, like, you know, that's like what happened to me. You know, I got fucking chili all over me. I like got a lot of it on my junk, and I'm just fucking crying. I remember this, and it took my parents a while to figure out. And I think I told them like the chili plant or whatever. You know? And they fucking took me to the bathroom, you know, they just fucking scrubbed me up with the soap and everything, dude. And I was still crying this whole time. Like, it was just like, I think that's why that memory really stuck too.
I mean, yeah, it's
probably a traumatic experience.
Yeah, I was just saying,
you know?
it's like you traumatized yourself.
With kids, yeah.
You didn't know plants could be so hurtful to you.
That's a lesson.
Yeah. So that was until the age of 6 you're in Australia.
Yeah, Australia.
But then did you move back to the Philippines?
We moved back to the Philippines.
Yeah, I don't think I ever knew that. In my mind, you'd live in the Philippines till in my mind, I told myself till like 5, 6. Then you moved to Australia. Then you moved here.
Yeah,
that's what I'd always told myself or assumed. So then, what age? You were 6 when you moved back.
So I came to the Philippines. Sorry, I'm just fixing this.
No, you're good.
The cable was like hitting the table.
I think that's probably what that noise was. Then.
Yeah. And, so I came to the Philippines. 97, 96, I think 96. And so from 96 to 2000.
Is that when you moved to America? 2000?
Dude, no. There's like a double jump in between. Oh. So, all right. So, 96 till 2000, I was in the Philippines. So, at this point, I was probably like 6 through 9.
Uh-huh.
No, even sooner. 5 through 9. Sorry, I'm just moving this timeline around because it's like
you're good. Yeah, you can't remember. But basically, after Australia, you moved back to the Philippines.
I moved back to the Philippines, and that's why I'm able to talk English or speak English without much of an accent. It's because English was actually kind of my first language.
Oh, because
I learned both at the same time, but I was growing up in an environment where English was the primary language.
I would love it if you had somehow had an Australian accent though.
Dude, I think if I stayed there, I would have.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, you would have.
Like,
That's how everyone talks. But yeah.
And, you know, that's like, and so I got lucky with that, you know, and that like kind of like I've had to like, having moved so much, like, you know, I'd have to, like I've learned to assimilate, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean.
Yeah, you had to adapt.
Yeah, every day of my fucking life is. You know, new
it's
lesson.
An adventure.
Isn't it? No, but that's just
that's everybody.
That's everybody.
Yeah, that's
know?
how it goes.
But, like, I always like to think that like
you get into interesting situations.
Yeah,
I would say that's no. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying I'm saying it'll I feel like the most random things end up happening to you. Like, and I'm not. It's not even like a bad thing or anything like that. Just like you'll tell me a story and I'm like, how did that turn into that? That's all I mean by that. Okay, so then you moved to the Philippines. You were there for. Till 2000, right? And then you have family in the Philippines?
My family in the Philippines?
I said you have family? You have family, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
Fucking hundreds.
Yeah.
Dude, like, cousins upon cousins, dude. Like, I mean, a lot of cousins that I kind of grew up with, I've actually moved to Canada.
Oh,
now.
really?
Yeah. They all immigrated there because my uncle's there, had a couple cousins that moved up, and then they brought their brothers and sisters with them. Mm-hmm.
Are you guys the only ones in America, or
I
California?
have a grandpa, like my grandma's brother.
Oh yeah, like a great uncle or whatever.
Yeah, you call them.
Yeah,
they're pretty much first line to us.
Are they here or where?
They're in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't seen him in so long. It's been like
since your kid
20 years.
Yeah.
But like we have like, see, that's the thing with my family. Like I feel like with at least maybe it's our culture, but like we value the family ties so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, like fucking blood runs thicker than water type of shit. Like you know, like, even if you know that like someone that's in your family is in the wrong, you're gonna fucking like defend them.
Well, it's almost like Filipino
Like,
culture. It seems I don't know.
I
This,
feel like a lot of Asian cultures are like that.
well,
you know?
and like just the fact that like Filipinos in general, like you guys basically, even if you were just family friends, it's like you're all family. Like the Filipino parties.
Yeah.
Like
you call them aunt and uncle.
Yeah,
still,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta, I'm gonna say hi to all my aunts and uncles
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I've been to multiple Filipino parties with you, but it's always like as if it was like Christmas at a house, but it's just
a bunch of Filipinos.
yeah, exactly.
That's the thing too. Is like you know like when you're an immigrant, you know, like especially if you're like straight up from whatever country you're from, like and you move somewhere, like there's only so many of us there, you know, and we kind of value, like I said, our culture and then our family, and like everyone just likes to create like a little community just so like we can help each other or just be there for each other, because like when you're an immigrant, like you all face when you're in that category, you all face the same like struggles, you know?
Yeah.
You know, assimilating, finding work, you know, being discriminated, however that may be, like but it's just like, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
Yeah, and that's like pretty much like why it's very important, you know, like because my family, when we moved out here, it was just us, you know, me, my little sister, my brother, my mom, and my dad, you know. God, I haven't even finished this timeline, you know, like.
No, it's okay.
So yeah, okay.
Go on.
We're in the Philippines, you know, and we stayed in Australia for a year. Because I think at this point we were waiting for our visa to get my dad's working visa to be approved to move to the U.S. and work.
And you were in the Philippines or in Australia? Sorry.
I was in the Philippines, then I was in Australia for third grade for one fucking year.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like.
So you went from Philippines, Philippines, then back to Australia for 1 year,
and then to the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And dude,
that explains that'll do a lot to a child,
dude.
to a child,
That's a lot, man.
and not or
like,
to three different ones.
I love my family in the Philippines, you know. So at that point, I was like, fucking, you know, like 6, 7, 8 years old. You know, it's just when I had a lot of cousins that were my same exact age. We played a lot with each other, like. Families over there, they all live in like almost not a compound, but in whole fucking neighborhoods sometimes.
Yeah,
dude.
like they're one area pretty much.
And like I was just super close to them. You know, I grew up with all those people. I valued them like emotionally.
It was a community, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then we moved to Australia, and then made friends there, stayed, you know, and then moved to the U.S. So. And
what year was that?
That was like 2000, 2001, because I remember 9/11.
Oh, you were in America during 9/11.
Yeah, I was in America during 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, what a... I'm just saying, like, think about, like, in reality, like, none of that... Like, I'm saying, like, if you were in the Philippines, it would be, like, a different story when 9/11. But, like, because you were in America, it probably felt different. And it was even weirder for you because...
Because I'm there.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's your first year there. Dang. And then you moved to where? And
So we were, from 4th through 5th grade, I lived in Turlock. Well, actually, no, okay. So when we first came to the U.S., we stayed with my grandparents. I think like over the summer for a couple months, in Escalon. Oh, my foster grandparents.
Oh yeah.
My dad's and then we lived in Turlock for like 2 years.
And did you go to elementary school in Turlock?
4th and 5th grade.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I assume. See, in my mind, you went to Mitchell or wherever you all went.
Yeah, like whatever elementary school they had in Atwater.
Yeah. That's why I don't know. I honestly thought until
Yeah. Then.
And Castle House was around back then, right?
What was that?
Castle House in Turlock.
Oh yeah, I remember. Dude, I fucking walked past that shit, dude. Because I lived in Star Avenue.
There's a house that looks like a castle in Turlock, you guys. Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. And it's been around apparently for centuries.
No, not centuries.
No, I know.
Like,
decades at least.
But it's just decades, yeah, at least. This dude, I think the way it looks now, it already looked like that then, because I remember it had that fucking. The drawbridge.
Yeah, like, and I'm like
the gate or whatever.
I like how there's a drawbridge with like no moat though, or like no river.
No, there is a moat.
Is there?
There's just no water in it.
Okay.
I think at one point there was. I think there was when I was a kid. Like maybe he got dried up.
Who was like that dedicated to even want to like?
I think it was you that told me, right? That you somebody that said that like this dude apparently like has been there for like a long time, and he like kind of just slowly built his house up to that point. Like,
it's so funny.
It's just ridiculous.
So then 4th and 5th grade.
Hey, it looks like an actual castle though.
No, it does.
Good.
No, they did a good job
Pretty,
on it.
you know,
but it's like,
well
I mean,
executed.
it probably will sell for a good amount whenever it sells.
Yeah,
because it's just like
I wouldn't want to live in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't, but some
I don't know
weirdo.
what it looks like inside.
Some what are they called? Lark or no? Yeah, is that
LARP?
LARP? Yeah,
Like when
some LARP person.
The dudes that
yeah,
hey,
I will buy
be,
it.
man. He could
Exactly.
totally have that personality. You know, people have their passions. You know.
Yeah.
You
So-
made it happen. You know, if that means building your house into a castle, you know, with a moat, like,
yeah,
and
man.
a drawbridge.
That'd be a good guest on
and,
here.
like-
Why did you build your house into a castle?
Yeah.
Start from the beginning.
I'd like to know.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
I
That would be a good
I wouldn't
guess.
mind, you know, having a word with that guy.
Yeah, no, I'm being
Yeah.
serious. Yeah. So then, 4th and 5th grade, you were in
Turlock.
Turlock.
6th grade all the way through high school, I was in Atwater.
Okay, that's crazy to me because now I'm realizing like you're like I knew you within your first 10 years of America. Like, you know what I mean? If you moved there 4th, 5th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying we met
Yeah.
right, beginning of sophomore year,
Yeah.
or my beginning of sophomore
Yeah.
year, your junior year. But yeah, think about that. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
So then,
See, can you see how like I have like identity issues?
yeah, no, now I can,
You know?
yeah, but but honestly, like literally before this, I was just like, like because in my mind, it's like you've always been in America, like it just not
Just like how when I broke my leg, and you're talking to these girls and talking about me as if like you knew me in our childhood, like I was wheelchair bound.
I was like I was talking to these girls and I was like, yeah, back when Erold was in a wheelchair, as if like he was in a wheelchair all growing up and not just like
And then started
a couple
walking after
months.
high school.
Miraculous recovery. I forgot I did that. You were like, you made it seem like I was always in a wheelchair, man.
Who were you telling these to? Like,
I don't even know. I don't know. Like when you,
but you're telling some girls.
I was telling them, yeah, and you're like,
Was that at a party?
It must be like at a party or something. You're like, I wasn't always.
It was
in
at a party, yeah.
To be
Garage
fair, when
party.
you were in a wheelchair, though, maybe I have so many memories of you in a wheelchair, which is why
We did make a lot of memories.
Yeah, because
I was in there for well, I mean, a month back then was like a long time, you know.
yeah.
Like,
Well, dude, you're a month at the school too. Like,
Yeah, a
we're
month
going
at
around.
yeah.
And then especially if, like when you have friends like Chris who will push you across the street in oncoming traffic and
Yeah.
down into a ditch in a wheelchair. Which I think that's maybe why I was like back when Erold was in a wheelchair. I think I was telling that story.
Yeah, that
But
might
I
be.
said it as
Yeah.
like you were in a wheelchair
As
for a
if-
long
as
time.
You worded it as if like
You were
I was
paralyzed.
wheelchair bound and
Yeah, it was as if you were paralyzed and then all of a sudden you can walk
Yeah.
now. Okay, but where were we? Back on to. So yeah, then you moved to
yeah.
America.
And I've
Turlock
been
here.
I've been and then after 6th grade, you know, from that point on, that's pretty much when I felt like I didn't move anymore. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we moved from Atwater, number said, but like,
it's all
you know,
the same
like-
at that point.
but like I was when I graduated. You know, we all started driving.
Mhm.
Like, so it's like I didn't have to change friend groups or whatever.
Yeah.
Or,
We were
just,
yeah.
or pick. I didn't have to uproot. You know.
It's crazy how we're friends though. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about we would like
All from Spanish class.
Yeah, but think about like if your parents like I mean like yeah, it might have sucked growing up and doing all that stuff, but think like you wouldn't like we would never have met if you wouldn't have moved back and forth to Australia and Philippines and then come over here. Like I'm saying, think about the chances when you were born of us ever meeting and being friends. Like do you understand what I'm saying?
Sorry, dude, I totally just zoned out right now, man.
Oh my god!
Oh my
Okay,
God.
like, you're just looking at me.
I'm serious. Didn't you look at me? I
Yeah.
was staring at that fucking
I do.
bar. Like,
I do it all the time though. Lindsay tells me I zone out all the time, and I just like.
Can you hear my breathing through this?
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I can hear that.
Okay. All right.
MSR or whatever. We never looked up the name of it. But so I was saying.
SMR?
Yeah, it's SMR.
Is that smart?
Yeah, it's like when they do videos about
Okay.
whatever noises. Okay. So what I was just explaining to you was that think about the chances of like you were born in the Philippines and I'm born here. Our chances of ever meeting were like almost zero, and
Yeah.
like we wouldn't have met.
It's the path I took.
Yeah, I'm saying we wouldn't have met if your
path.
parents didn't make all those
Yeah.
decisions. And yeah, it's probably harder for
dude,
you
it's crazy,
growing up
man.
coming here. But like now we're sitting here having this actual literal conversation. Like this wouldn't be happening
Yeah.
without your parents coming here,
Yeah.
which is wild.
I've traveled, you know, thousands of miles.
Mhm.
Like my, you know, like. Sorry, I'm just like overthinking right now.
No, dude, don't even worry about it. No, so that's what I was saying. I was just trying to. So then you moved here. I was just trying to get you back to whatever.
Yeah, I should quit zoning out, dude.
Dude, yeah, I know. What are you doing? Come on, man. Look at me.
No more sips of that beer. Yeah. Yeah, it's because I was like talking. I was like,
you're like getting in your own head, I think.
Yeah, no, I am. But the thing is, like, I already forgot the point of me telling you my timeline is.
No, because the Facebook story.
The Facebook story.
What I don't. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. All right. So carrying on to that,
there we go.
Like, I was born and have grown up in many different places and at significant points in my life, and the older I get, the more like I value my family, like my immediate family and even beyond that. Like I love my parents, dude. Like they've done so much for me, like all the sacrifices they made to get us here. My parents would always tell me, like, we did this to give you a better life. To the point they make you feel bad about it. But the thing is, too, though, it's true. Like, my parents had to fucking work their asses off. Like they had to move out in the fucking outback, raising fucking chickens. To save enough money to take home and buy a house or whatever. And get to this point. And every time they did that, like they're on their own. They don't have their family with them. They have nobody to support them.
Yeah. They are all that's there.
And then that came. And then when me and my brother and my sister were born, we only had each other growing up.
Because no matter where you went, you only had you three.
Exactly. Like even if we made friends somewhere, when we ended up moving, we only had each other. And we've all been through every single one of those phases together. And that's why, and that's a huge reason why the older I get, the more I value my family. And so how that ties into Facebook is, so like I've been thinking of my childhood a lot, and the cousins I grew up with, and how every time I did see them, even after we left, like, when we'd visit, like the connection is always real.
Oh, always there.
100%. And there's nothing like deeper than that, And so I've just been thinking about them a lot,
Yeah. And when was the last time you saw them?
2010, I think.
2010,
yeah.
I remember that trip.
And I message my cousins every now and then, we talk. And honestly, it's really hard. And the thing is, too, is like, I'll admit, like, I haven't talked to a lot of them in a while, and I don't really talk to, because it's like, there's so many of them, like.
It's hard.
I can't. It's just impossible.
No, dude,
like,
think about,
talk to all of them.
Well, also think about, like, so.
Yeah.
It's kind of like manual for me in the sense of like.
And it's hard for me to communicate, to type in Tagalog,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly that. And like, with like, it's like we didn't know manual until, I don't know, like, now it's almost been probably like 10 years basically. But like, when this kid was coming to America to go hang out with his family, and like, I feel like I was like so immature or like just a boy at the time that I was like, I'm gonna have to hang out with like this random dude that's like coming over. Like that was just my own attitude towards it. It was like a bad attitude. But here, meanwhile, later, like it's 10 years later, and like went to Portugal, visited him, and everything like that. And it's a weird connection because like me and Manuel barely ever talk while he's gone. You know what I mean? But if he comes here or if we go there, it's as if we've never left. You always pick up where you left off.
Yeah, like whatever you had, you're just like, sorry, I'm with my cousin.
Yeah, exactly. But same thing, like, I'm sure, like, no matter what time, like whenever you go back and take Leah and the baby or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be literally open arms, same thing. Like, it's gonna feel like it's gonna feel like whatever. Yeah, I mean like, great. So then. Your cousins mean a lot. You can't talk to them. You can't write every single one of them. That's what you're saying.
But like, I know the feeling is still there, because we value family.
Yeah.
And a lot of them is on Facebook, and I haven't been active on Facebook. I honestly hate Facebook.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I seriously actually do hate Facebook. Like,
yeah. It's a
and when I do get on, because like,
it just
honestly, because I honestly have so much family there too, dude. Like, they message me, like they ask me, and they like. And it's like, I mean, I guess I am ignoring it, but it's just like, it's hard for me to communicate, man. First of all, I gotta type.
Yeah.
In Tagalog, like, I can speak it, I can also write it, but I am not good at it.
I
have to. Like, imagine having long ass fucking conversations.
I can't,
in a language that you're not like too good at.
Yeah.
And then there's so much of them too, dude. Like, and honestly, because I was so young, like. I forget some of them. Like I know faces.
Well, especially when they grow up, though. They grow up.
Yeah, they
That's
grow up
crazy.
and I mix names up.
Yeah, you're trying to understand whose kid they are.
So so basically, what I was doing on Facebook is I was just gonna I'm posting pictures of my family. The baby Leah, the ones your pictures. Your pictures.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
And I think my phone fucked up because I haven't used Facebook and honestly
But because you don't post on Facebook, right? You don't post on anything.
How the fuck do I post it? Like I was trying to do it from my phone. I had to Google it. Like how do I post an album on my phone? Like
it could just be the Android thing for all I know.
It could be an Android thing too. And look you see that blue bar right there? That little blue bar. It's trying to post something.
Is it because you don't have service though?
No, it's because I posted twice and I deleted it because I put the caption in the wrong place.
I would just close that app. Well, don't do it.
I closed the app and it still won't do it. And then part of the pictures I uploaded all at once was a video. So I think that's why it's like fucking taking forever to upload the video. But also, I canceled I did some weird thing. I was on the computer and on my phone. And when on the computer, I was like, fuck, it's fucking up, So I deleted it from the computer while it's uploading it. Because for some reason, it said that it was already up on my Facebook, the album, but there was no pictures in it. So I was like, oh, it's probably still uploading it. But then I deleted it without thinking.
Yeah.
And now I think the upload is like frozen here. Yeah. And it's like, and it won't let me do anything else.
Yeah. So you're uploading the picture so that your family could see, because basically you use Instagram
and the caption is like basically saying like, I'm more active on Instagram. I'm basically just gonna translate what I have typed. I'm more active on Instagram, but I know that most of you are on Facebook. And I actually had it fucking typed up because it's that complicated. Yeah. Hello, Facebook and family. Long time no see. Mas active ako sa Instagram pero alam ko na marami sa inyo ay nandito sa Facebook. Miss ko at palagi kong pinag-iisipan kayo lahat. Lalo na mayroon akong sarili na pamilya ngayon. Gusto ko lang makita lahat kayo muli at makilala nyo ang aking pamilya. Love and miss you all. So basically I told this is just my post. This is directly out to my family.
Yeah.
I'm more active on Instagram, but I know many of you are on Facebook. I miss not once did I ever forget about you guys, and I miss you. I miss you guys a lot, and I always think about you. I just want to see you all again, and for you to get to know my family. Love and miss you all.
And that's like because you haven't been able to reply to so many people. So it was just like doing it all.
I don't know if I should post that.
No, you should post that, Erold. And also, I would just say this. Literally, you can connect your Instagram to your Facebook. Just do it. And that way, anytime
I don't want to do that. Then it's just like constantly going to be...
No, you don't have to do anything. You literally don't do anything.
Yeah, I know, but it posts your Instagram shit on Facebook, doesn't it?
Yeah, but don't you want... that? I'm saying so your family could see.
Oh, that is true.
I'm literally saying, like, you don't... I don't even go on Facebook, but my Instagram's connected to it. And when my Instagram's connected to it, anything I post on it goes on there. And so that way your family is always up to... Because it's not like you post on Instagram a lot, but you do more than Facebook. So then they would at least see what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No. I'll think about it. I don't want to do that because...
Because why?
Because
Facebook is Instagram.
No, I know it is. But the thing is, too, though, like, there's nuances about,
you got to go closer.
There's nuances about, like, Filipinos, and relationships abroad. Like,
that are like, well, I mean, but is your family gonna do that? You're already posting one picture, like.
I mean, yeah, but like they're all on Facebook, but like,
personally, I think you're thinking too much about that.
I might be overthinking.
I think we're
past I just don't want to keep posting on Facebook, like.
Yeah, I get you, and if you don't want to, but I'm saying if that's the only way you can contact them.
Yeah, but like then that's like I don't want to like Instagram's different. Like
I know, but what I would say is like you can literally delete Facebook off your phone and only use Instagram, and then your family will at least see.
This is the thing, like I guess I could say it this way. I use Instagram more to communicate with my American friends, and Facebook is primarily family. Like, so it's like, you know what I mean. If I can't like post on Instagram talking to my family You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't know you were
It's
using
like,
Facebook solely for that. But I just meant that
Yeah.
way if you end up posting a picture of your baby or something, they
Yeah.
would see it. That's all I meant by that.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I'll post that too on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, it's
Yeah,
easier when I have...
I guess for me, I'm just separating it, you know?
Yeah, and for me, it's just like, it's easier because I'm saying if you are active on Instagram, then you'll technically be active on Facebook even if you're not. For them, is what all I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so 2010 was a lot. So 10 years ago, or 11 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah, because you were supposed to go back so many times, right?
Oh, to the Philippines?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2010. I was just thinking about my graduation year.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2010 was the last time I was there. The summer that I graduated. Yeah.
Yeah, I in like for us, we're not for us it was so funny because I knew you as Erold. That's all. Like I didn't know your pastor like that. But like all of a sudden like you were in the Philippines and like you're like wearing like you just look like you were like a prince over there. You're like dancing and like you're wearing like an all white t-shirt, taking pictures of like with your
Fucking
shirt off, like
professional pictures.
They're like literally out in the I just remember like the one of you like with your hand like you're like looking out into the distance like halfway in the water. Like looking out.
Oh yeah. And
like, I literally have the beaches. On the same files that I had the garage stuff. I randomly have a picture of you there in the Philippines with like saved in my files. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's hella funny.
Yeah, I was just like, when I was looking at it, I was like, because I remember like, I don't know. We also we have so many random old photos of each other though too.
Oh yeah, because we
like
go way back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like. Anything that I posted on Facebook when I was a kid isn't it weird to think?
You mean like in high school, right?
Yeah, but isn't it weird to think about Facebook as like that used to be like we left MySpace to go to Facebook, and like remember playing what was that game?
God, dude, MySpace was so
Mafia
Wars.
Mafia Wars, no, and the crop one.
Farmville.
Farmville, yeah. That was like ridiculous. I was like, oh, there's magic strawberries.
That, dude.
Yeah, I did too.
Was it magic
Mobsters
strawberries?
were so random too. It was
Mobsters?
Like it wasn't even like I'm saying like it wasn't that good of a game.
It was literally random.
It was like it was just like a spreadsheet that does stuff.
Yeah,
and like
with odds.
Yeah. You basically guess and put however much like ammo and stuff like that, and then it would bring you like your spreadsheet out of it.
I got into that too.
Yeah. That's what it was
so
like.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like a pretty dumb game to get into. Like there was Mobsters and Mafia Wars. And they were the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It was just two people making
Mafia
it.
Wars came first.
Is that what it was? Yeah, I remember.
I remember finding a glitch in both of them.
Won a whole bunch or what?
I just fucking basically a cheat code. I just got hella money and fucking hella weapons. Like fucking, like there was a leaderboard, you know, of people who have pretty much like found the same glitch.
Yeah.
And
and just all the people whoever
fucking
gets
owning people left and right.
Most.
On that spreadsheet, like murking them with every click of the fucking whatever random odds generator.
Yeah. That's freaking funny.
Yeah. Dude, MySpace was something else, man.
Well, MySpace was cool. I mean, it was the idea
the top
of it.
8, you know.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
I think, dude, our generation, we had it good.
Oh, I feel like we had the perfect. We didn't have Instagram in high school. Like we didn't, you know what I mean? You didn't have any of that.
But it was new to us, all of it, you know?
Yeah, but Facebook was the new social media.
And fucking cell phones didn't dominate like our experiences.
We were the generation that before them.
But then we also get to learn how to use them. You know
I remember my sophomore or junior year, the first iPhone came out, and there was only like 4 people at the school. I remember that had it.
Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure iPhone has like always been $1,000, like at least.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think like
I think there's like different ones.
No, there was for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's cheaper ones, but I bet you they sold the first one probably for like $1,000 though. How much do you think it is? How much did the first iPhone sell for?
$800. I feel like they've gotten it more expensive, dude.
No, they are.
It's like fucking $1,200 now, $1,400 even.
Oh wow, I'm wrong.
What?
Let me read you this. Let me read you what.
Okay, if it's like a fucking record-setting very first model.
No. It's 2007 when it came out. The very first model. That's been the one that people had.
$600.
Back when almost original iPhone was unveiled by Steve Jobs in 2007, the 4 gigabyte version. Think about that. 4 gigabyte version of the device cost $499, and the 8 gigabyte costed $600. That's wild though. That
told you, man.
They only had 4 gigabytes though. Think about that. I literally made sure my phone has, like, 64 gigabytes is too small for me now.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah. Well,
I can't. But think about that. 8 gigabytes. That's not even like.
The thing is, too, though, like the cost to produce it, I don't think it is proportional to the cost of it now.
Oh, probably not.
I'm pretty sure it probably costs just a little bit more, you know.
I wonder
to make now compared to that first one.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder how much it does. What is that called?
Inflation isn't that much. It can't be that.
What is that? How much Apple pays for iPhones? Isn't there a word for that? Like
say what again?
Their cost for the iPhone in business, isn't that called something?
The cost for the iPhone?
Like their cost. Like what they pay to make
the cost to produce it?
Yeah,
make it? Manufacturing cost, maybe?
I'm just curious.
There's a lot of things to account for. That's why they jacked the price up. You know, they said, oh, there's the research and development that we put into this, you know.
Uh-huh.
And the fucking...
Oh, wow. The components to make most iPhones are around $500.
Oh, really?
That's pretty wild.
Wow, I thought they'd make more money than
Me
that.
too. That's wild. And that's like with slave labor, basically, too. Like, think about that. Like, imagine if it was, like, made in America.
Oh, so now we're justifying Apple or what?
No.
No, I know.
We're like, we understand what you're dealing with over there.
Shitting on them. I'm over here thinking it costs like $50 to make one.
Yeah.
Like.
That's why I was like, oh, 500. It was $490.50, but still, that's pretty wild.
That's pretty crazy.
I thought it would be way more
What's the term that they used?
They said it's quite a hefty price tag, especially when estimated that the actual cost of all the components to make the phone amounts to approximately $490.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of things. I mean, it's basically a computer. That's what it is, you know?
Yeah.
You got to think about it that
way. It's a mini computer.
It's a computer in the palm of your hands. And I remember the first fucking Android.
What
you know,
about it? Oh,
just like, well, you know, just
the
like
Galaxy? Was it that?
No, I think it's Droid.
Droid.
Rafa had
remember
it.
that?
Rafa
Droid.
Had it.
Like,
and remember he was fucking obsessed with it.
Yeah. Dude,
like,
I remember all the old. They used to
foreshadowing,
and then like the unlock screen was like dragging the. I mean, I think your unlock screen is still that actually.
Yeah, it's like the pattern.
The pattern or whatever. But I remember back then it was like even touching a screen and making it go was like crazy at that time.
Yeah, it was different. Yeah, touchscreens had a pretty.
Think about the first apps too, though.
Screen.
All those apps, like so different, so mindless thingies. Like I remember like the first
Doodle Jump.
Doodle Jump, and then do you remember the Tap It? It was like Guitar Hero. But it was just on the iPhone, and so you literally could play with two people, on one each side, and you would just like tap it as it was going.
A Flapjack or what? No.
Oh, Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird, yeah.
Yeah, that.
But I feel like that was a little bit later. Actually,
no, that was like when we were like in college.
Do you remember Rainbow Unicorn?
I don't think I. Oh wait, so you just shoot him like out of a cannon, or I remember Kitten Cannon?
Angry Birds.
Oh, Angry Birds. The Angry Birds is like the.
God, dude, there's just so many, man. Like.
Oh, it's almost gonna be done.
Okay.
You gotta wrap it up. You have to leave or no?
Yeah, you know what? We should have a part 2.
We can have a part 2. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Of course. Alexa, play a farewell song.
A Farewell. Intro edit by Andrew Bayer from Spotify.
Let's see what Alexa got. White noise for us. Alrighty, you guys, whatever. Alexa, stop. All right, episode 4. Erold, thank you so much for being here, sharing your experiences.
All right, thanks,
coming from
man.
the Philippines.
I will continue this, dude.
Yes, dude. Yes, we will do another one. We have a lot more to
Experiences
say.
of an immigrant.
We'll title this one.
You know, Fez from That 70s Show.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yep, you're my Fez, man.
Yeah.
All right. Catch you later.
Catch you later, man.
It wasn't bad.
That wasn't bad, yeah.
This is it. Real talk and whatnot.